Well, I mean, things got really heated. I mean, I watched the whole live this morning. You called Floyd a N-word. You gotta hand it to Floyd for actually sitting there and taking all that, verbal abuse from you. I was actually surprised. I probably would have hung up myself.
But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
I mean, I watched the entire live stream this morning, and you call Floyd a derogatory term. Floyd deserved a lot of credit for sitting there and enduring all of that verbal abuse from you. I was shocked, and I probably would have hung up myself. However, he does this with everything. Guy, he has $1 million watches, but I doubt he purchases each one they give him. Yes.
When your A game is gone, what adjustments are you going to make? Yeah. And Floyd would always say is that on that given night, he's going to make that right adjustment. Yeah. He's going to box the brawler or brawl the boxer. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because in a startling turn of circumstances, you get a video like that. Boxing champion Devin Haney's vocal father and trainer, Bill Haney, has launched a scathing attack on Floyd Money Mayweather, asserting that the boxing legend's wealth may not be as genuine as it seems. Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle and frequent demonstrations of wealth are merely smoke and mirrors to maintain a well-manicured public persona. What adjustments are you going to do when your game is gone? Floyd would always remark that he would make the appropriate adjustment that night and either box the...
First investment was real estate, commercial real estate, skyscrapers actually. So what I did was this. It started off with $5 million. Put up $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. On every 18th, every month it was paying off.
You like the cash flow?
Yes, for years. So I said, okay, if it's paying off like this then, and I gave him 7 figures, I said I'm not gonna even give him 8 figures. I went and gave him 9 figures. If it's something that I know is paying off, lucrative and heavy, I got to go with it. Roll the dice, take a chance. You only got one life.
Brawler or brawl the boxer. Yes, you understand what I mean. Floyd Mayweather has made great progress in the real estate industry. In late 2024, he reportedly paid over $42 million purchasing more than 60 properties in Upper Manhattan. In addition to owning more than 1,000 housing units and a number of retail establishments alone, Mayweather has also made an investment in a $10 billion project that can...
I think it's personal between you and Calvin. Also, it's Tank's coach. Is it?
Man, I told Coach.
For those that don't know, Coach Calvin is Tank's coach, so I'm just for our audience.
And I said, listen, ain't no way your fighter gonna be checking the money that y'all talking about checking, and Calvin gonna be looking like that. I told Tank them to pay him. I told him to pay him because, or we need to go on coach's strike around this because ain't no way Bill should be getting paid and Calvin shouldn't. And Calvin need to thank Bill for mentioning this.
So you saying Calvin ain't getting paid?
Yo, he said ain't no reason Calvin should be looking the way he's looking if they making all this money.
Now that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money. You know what I'm talking about?
Again.
Yeah.
Consists of 18 office buildings totaling 10 million square feet spread across New York, Chicago, and Jersey City. My first investment was in commercial real estate skyscrapers. I started with $5 million and was receiving $50,000 every month on the 18th. It was paying off like cash flow for...
A few months ago, Bill Haney and Floyd Mayweather were fighting on live, or not fighting, but arguing back and forth.
Yeah.
And Bill Haney said, listen, you know damn well Devin did this and Devin did that. He never lost in the gym, ever. And Floyd said, if you got an undefeated fighter in the gym, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Floyd said, I never lost under the light.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about.
Years. So I said, okay, if it's paying off like this then, and I gave him 7 figures. I said, I'm not going to even give him 8 figures. So I went ahead and gave him 9 figures. If it's something that I know is paying off heavily and lucratively, I have to go with it, roll a die, take a chance. And you only have one life, Bill. Haney has publicly criticized Floyd Mayweather for what he perceived to be financial neglect toward his team members.
For some of y'all that ain't from the streets and don't understand like the politics of it, you know, that Bill Haney Floyd conversation was well overdue. They have been in the background, sneak dissing each other for a minute. You know, pretty much Floyd is upset that Dev didn't take the deal that he put on the table for him. And he say, okay, you don't want to mess with me, you don't want to take the deal, I'm going to make it tough for you. I'm going to go whisper and rain here. I'm going to make sure Rolly don't fight you. I'm going to make sure Tank don't fight you. You know what I'm saying? And Bill don't like that. Bill feel like it's some little backdoor stuff he been doing. And Bill didn't back down. It was kind of crazy how Bill went at Floyd. He said, I'm putting on, like, where your people from the streets that you put on? You know what I'm saying? Where your community at? Your real people. You know what I'm saying? So,
he questioned the distribution of funds within Mayweather Promotions, arguing that team members like Calvin Ford shouldn't appear financially strained if the organization is as successful as claimed. He also stressed the significance of paying team members fairly in order to avoid dissatisfaction and to ensure their well-being.
Enjoy his lucrative contract. He's going to fight the very best, unlike Floyd. Waits for fighters to either be over the hill or too young, the way he fought Canelo when he was too young.
Right.
Look, hey, if Floyd really wants to fight, if he really wants to come out of retirement and crawl under his rock, then call out Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds. Call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking.
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down, you think?
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
You think Canelo's gonna out-earn him eventually? You think he'll make
by
more money
far,
than Floyd?
by far. Canelo's 28 years old.
Right.
And he's already made, what, $500 million?
Right.
Easy.
It's personal between you and Calvin, and it's Tank's coach, isn't it? I told Coach, and for those who don't know, Coach Calvin is Tank's coach. So I told the audience, listen, there's no way your fighters will be checking the money that you guys are talking about checking, and Calvin is going to be looking like that. I told Tank and him to pay him because
My most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
Tell me about your watch collection, dude. You have to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world.
My watch collection, I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches. And I got a lot of $1 million watches.
What should I pay for this one? What do you think? You're here for me now. I need some help. Help a little man out, okay?
That watch is a couple $100,000. Easy, but it's worth it. Because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciates.
Dude, how do you buy a $17 million watch?
No, 18.
18, sorry.
well, we need to go on a coach's strike around this because, well, Bill shouldn't be getting paid, and Calvin shouldn't, and Calvin should thank Bill for bringing it up. He said, there's no reason Kelvin should be looking the way he is if they're making all this money now. Mayweather switched to demonstration bouts from competitive boxing. He implies that Mayweather...
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
You know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
His current focus is on securing paydays rather than upholding the integrity of boxing, suggesting that this transition is motivated more by financial incentives than a sincere love for the sport. Floyd Mayweather and Bill Haney were talking back and forth during a live fight a few months ago when Bill Haney said, listen, you know damn well that Devin did this, and Devin did that he never lost in the gym ever. Floyd then remarked, congratulations to you if you have an undefeated fighter in the gym. I never lost. Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about.
You want me to show you right now? Call AJ. My sister, she gonna call my pilot right now.
So you just call your pilot and he just come where? It's like an Uber?
Let me show you. AJ.
Hey, what's up?
So yesterday you guys flew over to Vegas to pick my daughter and mother up and my daughter and my grandson up, right?
That's correct, yep.
I got tickets for you guys to go to the Super Bowl tomorrow, but I got Dan, he's gonna go. So I need you to fly over there because you got to pick a couple people up. You got to pick some people up for me in Vegas. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, so let me know. Head over to Clay Lacey and go over to Vegas. So let me know what time you're gonna land so I can send them over there, and then Dan can get on the plane also. Okay?
Okay. So it'll be. I mean, we're sitting here wrapping up dinner now. It's about an hour. About an hour to play. I'd say have them at the airport about 10:45 or so.
Yeah, I'm done.
According to reports, Mayweather was unhappy that he couldn't get a deal like the one Haney got, which implied that he might prevent Haney from getting a chance to fight well-known boxers like Rolando Rolly Romero or Gervin Davis. People like Oscar De La Hoya have criticized this initiative.
Andrew, especially, was a very successful kickboxer, 4-time world champion. His belts are sitting right behind me right now. But, the most he ever got paid for a fight, and he says this openly, is 50 grand. By the time you pay your trainer and your manager 10% each, you got to eat, you got to train for 12 weeks. I mean, if you work out the hours you put in, you're making $15 an hour. Like, it's not amazing money.
Claiming that Mayweather ruined a possible fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. For those of you who are not from the streets and are unaware of the politics involved, you should know that the conversation between Bill Haney and Floyd was long overdue. They have been slyly teasing each other for a minute in the background. Floyd is essentially upset.
You're saying Tank doesn't want any of it. Why is that? I know you can't give him...
Man, get off of Twitter, man, and knock it off, man. If you the face of boxing, then send over something, man. You know what I'm saying? Something respectful like you're really trying to do this. Because every fighter that Devin gets paid, man, the most money, man. Knock it off, man. That's bunk business, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Because that's where you're going to be at the welfare line. You keep on the people, giving them the fake fights, talking about that we didn't charge $57. Listen, we're going to give you the best fights, and we're going to get all the people in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. And we pay the fighters. We give the fans an opportunity to come in. That's that old business model that you're going to charge the fans for some bullshit fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man. It's the Devin Haney era. That Mayweather is over with, man. You hear me? Over with. Floyd ain't never did what Devin did at 25. Tank ain't did it, nobody else ain't did it.